Hello, my name is MVicente, and today I will be giving you an inside look of my thought process in creating my shadow box design. To begin, we created different hand sketches. I created 6 different position sketches. Each of them I did in graphite, gel pen, and China marker. I ended up with 3 drawings that I considered to make into my wire hand because they each had a complex look to them, which I liked. Ultimately, I ended up with a second design. Here I was playing with the shadow and how different positions would look like. I then created 2 sketches imitating the wire and the shadow, which give an inside look of the smaller details of the wire hand. To start off the box, we created corner studies. I created 4 different corner studies with 3 different design sketches just to see different options that I would be able to create. Out of the 16, I ended up with 4 that I really liked and I considered to make. So I made them into prototypes, and I think they all sort of combined together to make my final corner piece for my bounding box. To start off my design process, this was my first box that I had made. There was nothing much to it. It was more of a box frame. So I decided to add some movement. So the right and left of the box have layers that can go up or downwards. We then created different regulating line designs for our hand. This helped me a lot in how I wanted to position my hand within the box. This was how my hand would look like in the box. Then was the assembly instruction, which was very helpful in deciding how I wanted to create my box and how it would all just come together. And this is what I used to create the box that I had made. However, I had to redesign the box because I didn't like the design of it. I thought it was too simple. So I added a smaller rectangle within the bounding box, so as if my hand were to reach inside of that rectangle. Next was the cladding that had to be added to the box. This was my favorite part of the whole project. I used the Illustrator regulating lines that we had created previously to figure out how I wanted my cladding to look like. I also added layers so there would be more depth to it. I came up with 3 different ways to attach the cladding. I ended up using the needle and thread because it looked more neat and it created less problems, unlike the staples. So for the cladding process, I started off with tracing paper to make sure that my measurements were correct and everything and all the layers were exactly like they had to be. And there is a picture of me sewing it and then how it ended up looking like. Then the elevation section views that we created really helped me think of my box on how I wanted people to look at it, which helped me in creating the room. So I created different levels so you could see the box in different elevations as well as the shadows that it created. These are some of the key terms that I would use to describe my design process. To create my shadows, I used my iPhone light, which was a lot better than using my lamp. I really liked how whichever way you shine the light, it came out with a different shadow. Lastly, I wanted to experiment with color, so I used these colorful lights to create unique and intricate shadows as opposed to the ones with the iPhone light. I thought this added a unique feature to my box and the way a person could interact with it as well. Thank you.